All right, it's time to jump on here and give a big thank you to all of you who helped me fund the Perfect Rhymes book. It's completely funded. There's 2 days left in the Kickstarter campaign, but it's going to happen now. So I just wanted to thank everybody for your vote of confidence. And it's scheduled to be printed July 1st. But frankly, now that it's funded, there's no reason I can't move that up a little bit and hurry that process. So you might see the actual book just a little sooner than that. But anyway, I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. It's really fun to see a dream that come true that's been in the works for so long, and to just finally see it happen, or almost happen, see the means come to make it happen. So stay tuned, and probably in a month or so, I will be printing that puppy, or cat, as it may be. Whatever. So I got a super special gift yesterday. I have been telling a friend for the last 5 years about a book I had as a child. The only book that I can remember actually owning as a child. It's not like there weren't a lot of books around. We lived a couple of blocks from the public library, and I spent a lot of my childhood there. And there were, of course, books at school, and our family eventually got a encyclopedia set. But this is the only book that I can remember as being my book. I think it was a gift from my grandmother. I'm sure it was a gift from my grandmother. In any case, I didn't just have this book, I lived this book. It was called Science in Your Own Backyard, and it had just chapter after chapter of ideas about how you could explore your own backyard, observe things that were happening, record things that were happening, become a scientist. And that's what I thought of myself as. I made those notebooks. I recorded the clouds. I took a square foot of ground and I marked it off, and I observed it every day. The ants coming in, and the grass bending over, and the wind blowing the grass, and the dew on the glass and grass. Anyway, what I remembered most was the cloud chapter, and I remember keeping that notebook, and how special it was for me to look at the world in that way. And I attribute many of my observation skills, or at least my interest in observing nature and recording nature and drawing from nature, to having that book as a child. And the book was called Science in Your Own Backyard, and it never occurred to me to try to get a copy of that book, but it occurred to my friend who has heard all the stories, and he found a copy of the book and he gave it to me yesterday. And it was like seeing an old friend after 60 years, or I think I would have been about 8 years old, looking at the copyright date and figuring things out. So I had that book. I used that book religiously for one whole summer, probably when I was 8, about to turn 9 years old. And I have that book again now. And I think my intention, I know my intention is to reread that book and redo some of those experiments, and share them, maybe just a little bit at the end of each video. I'm not sure how you'll get to see all that, but I am going to do it again. I'm going to revisit that time in my life as a not only an adult, a senior adult, and I am going to see how I am inspired to share that in some way. So here we go. Maybe I'll read a little bit from the book and maybe I'll film a little bit of an experiment. Maybe I'll animate a little bit of the experiment I undergo. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm inviting you to come along and see what happens. It won't be the mainstay of my videos. It might just be a little add-on at the end, but it fits. Art and gardens everywhere. Nearly everybody has a backyard. If you haven't, you probably know where there is a vacant lot, or you may go to a park or to a school playground. Wherever you go outdoors, that's the place to begin your exploring.